Quick shout out to my Patreons who keep this channel going. You can join my Patreon down in the description below. What's guys, welcome back to the channel. So we're retracting to episode 44 of World Trigger. This one's titled The Battle in the Foul Weather. And yes, we're definitely battling in foul weather based on the stage that Nasty Squad has picked for us in this B-rank battle. Absolute torrential rainstorm, which is wonderful and definitely part of their plan to give themselves a much advantage whilst limiting everything else. So, talked about it at the end of the last episode, in what ways that would help. I did mention sniping. I don't know if sniping would be effective because Treon. I don't know if Treon is necessarily affected by wind speeds and such, or if that's something that Chica may have trained for at some point or not. We don't know. Mentioned the fact of the river. Saw a comment on Crunchyroll said maybe it was to do with the river because of the river being about waist deep in normal conditions. If it's raining, torrential rain, water levels can be much higher, won't be able to pass over the river that way, and therefore absolutely cement the idea that if the bridge is blown, which Nasty Squad plans to do, then they are just separated from that point. And they can just start shooting the other opponents, and they can't really attack because the attackers don't really have a long-range alternative. That's the plan. Kind of dangerous to enact with a sniper, but I'm assuming they're expecting the rainstorm to be enough of a deterrent to neutralize the sniper, or at least make it much harder for a sniper to land a good shot. So, I guess we'll see if that ends up working, but yeah, it looks like the weather caught everyone by surprise there. So we've got Jin and what's-his-face doing the commentary. Where was his name? I forget his name every single time. Where is he? Where is he? This show has such a long cast list. I don't know if I'll be able to find him in a lineup like this. Tachikawa, there he is. A-class leader Tachikawa, ranked number 1 attacker, there he is. Yeah, so yeah, them two running commentary. He's running the commentary mainly just because he made a deal with one girl who has all the audio recordings of all these. The very sad agent, as described by the narrator, who kind of went in there a bit. I think that was a bit much, but, you know. So yeah, this is him paying back for the fact that he got the commentary for the match between our last match, which was Suwa and Arafune and Tamakoa, obviously. So yeah, this is going to be an interesting battle. I'm assuming because this is World Trigger, this battle is probably going to take a little bit of time. We're definitely not finishing the battle this episode. We're only just starting it. I forget how long the last battle ended up taking us. How many episodes did that one take? I think it was only 2 episodes in the end. Yeah, I think it was only 2 episodes in the end that battle lasted. I don't know about this one. We are very much fast approaching the we're fast approaching the cutoff point for where the filler arc kicks in. I'm just double checking the message from Spitz on when that was. 49 is the first of the filler arc. So yeah, I'm going to guess that for the most part, this is going to take up that point, because if we at least have those two, there'll be 3 episodes left if it's a 2-episode fight. So yeah, I get the feeling we're probably going to end round about when this battle ends, maybe set up the next thing, and then the filler arc kicks in. Because they're not going to kick in the filler arc mid-fight, obviously. But they'll probably stretch this fight out as much as possible as well, since they didn't really want to do a filler arc, probably. That wasn't part of the original plan. So yeah, we'll at least get a couple of episodes out of this. 2, maybe 3, maybe longer, something like that, depending on how far it wants to go. But I'm very interested to see how Osamu plans around this fight, because what was very noticeable, especially by Nasty Squad's preparation, they're solely focusing on Murakami and Yuma, and neutralizing those threats, and they just don't seem to have any plans for dealing with Chika or Osamu and what they end up doing. So I think them neglecting them might be a bit of a mistake, but at the same time, Osamu and Chika don't really have many options. I think they definitely are underestimating Chika because she's been training a lot, and yes, she hasn't scored any points yet, but her intention has not been to score points. They've been using her abilities for other reasons than that right now, not in just direct taking out an opponent. So if they unleash her to take out opponents in this sort of situation, maybe that will change. So I guess we'll see. And then Osamu, again, not the greatest attacker. Well, because he is an attacker, he's a gunner. No, he isn't, he's a shooter. God damn it, I always get them mixed up. He's not the greatest on the offense, but his planning and his tactics will definitely help out in the long run in this fight. So I guess we'll see how that ends up going, but this is to push us out of the middle table and get us into the top rankings of the B-rank wars. So it's an important match for us. We can't really be defeated by two teams below us, ideally. Or if so, we need to make it a very, very close fight and get us a bunch of points anyway. So I guess we'll see what ends up happening. But gonna load the episode up here as per usual. These are time-based formats here on YouTube. If you want to see the full picture and pitch, you can go to my Patreon down description below. £4 a month gets you access to all picture and picture extras I do on the channel, which is everything from my seasonal lineup, as well as Patreon questions such as World Trigger here, but we also have Symphogear and Lock Horizon on the table as well. Trying to get all those completed by the end of the season. We'll see how it goes. Symphogear peeps, I'm sorry, I'm missing out a lot, as well as Lock Horizon and World Trigger as well. It's been like nearly a month since we did World Trigger proper. I am working on solutions to try and catch up, but I'm also catching up on seasonal shows still. Because my time is all over the place at this point, and it's getting stressful. Let's just put it that way. So, yeah, we'll be working through that as time goes on. But here on YouTube, we do time-based. So, bottom left of the screen, you'll see a time for the episode. I count down 3, 2, 1, play. Then play select episode, I select episode, and we should be in sync. We're watching this one on Crunchyroll as per usual, since that's where I can view this here in the UK. We have the Toei animation logo to start, so it's about 15 seconds logos, give or take. Call them out as I go past. We also use screen flash on my face, the mic, or this part of my headset to tell when the scenes are transitioning. That should help you sync it up as well. So, with all that said, let's get into the second of this week's episode, shall we? In 3, 2, 1, play. Toy animation. Cheers. Here we go, into recap. I do hope the recaps are not present in Season 2. I assume they won't be as present because it'll be an actual planned 12-episode season as opposed to this super long-form, shonen-style thing that Toei decided to do. Murakami is going to be a problem. Mr. Wanna Firecracker. Such a good nickname. Ravanke. River's just waist deep, unless there's a torrential rainstorm. Battle in the foul weather. Oh. Interesting. Uh-huh. Interesting. Interesting. Wow. Wow. That was all the way. He's very convincing at it, to be fair. That was the first time he's made up a lie that I'm like, I could actually get on board with. Yeah. Is it for Rajimaro? Oh. Is she coming? These lies getting more and more ridiculous, I think. Uh-huh. Yeah. Who who is it? Jesus fucking Christ. Who the fuck is it meant to be? So ominous. Yep. Horrid weather. Mm-hmm. 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 Visibility is very poor, yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. Mm-hmm. Why was he heading straight for the bridge then? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep. I mentioned meteor. If. Mm-hmm. Oh, previous day. I mean, they did ask if you got meteor. Hmm. That's what they're saying, but it should be okay. They're leaving the city. Hmm. That's rough. That's pretty rough. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh. I actually want them to do well. Like, I actually want them to pull this off. Samu, okay. Oh, shit. They use Chica to blow the bridge. They're using Chica to blow the bridge already, okay. They're willing to sacrifice that just to prevent you from teaming up. Because now you have to deal with Murakami. Mm-hmm. Oh, she has the one that can be blocked by shields, right? I forget the name of it. But she has the one that can be blocked by energy shields. Alright. One on one and two. OP time. This is where this OP is getting. Actually, no, this is around about the same time it was last episode. So yeah, it looks like Samu knew that they were going to plan on blowing the bridge and grouping up, so let's take out the bridge first before they get the chance to group up. Yes, we screw ourselves, but having everyone in a less favourable situation is better than one team with a massive advantage. Alright. Here we go. Who is this mystery person? Who is this mystery person? Stop cliffhangering it. Mm-hmm. Yep. Mm-hmm. Although, I wonder if Osamu planned for this. It seems like something he'd planned for. It's like, okay, let's ruin the plan. Then we've got these different options of what happens. Depending on where Yuma ends up, I guess. Whew. Mm-hmm. Yep. We're just full on defense right now. Mm-hmm. Ah, lightning, that was it. Well, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah. Nice defense. Yep. Mm-hmm. Okay. So it's a rare ability. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. Mm-hmm. Would they do that though? Good damaging. He didn't plan for this. Okay, we didn't have a plan. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. Just fight. Okay. Yep. And they would have had advantage if they were allowed to. Hmm. Who is this person? Wait, who are you? Oh shit. Oh shit. I completely forgot you were here. I completely forgot you were a character. Oh, okay. What's that about? Why is he just here? Huh. That's quite the thing to just leave on the episode. Jesus Christ. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Of course. Oh boy. So dumb. So very, very dumb. That's quite the thing to throw at us right at the end of the episode. I mean, they were teasing who the hell this person was for a long time. I'm just like, who the hell could it be? Hughes, huh? I feel like there's something. I feel like a lot of what happened with Hughes is we need to go back and discuss. Like, I feel like there's a lot to go back and talk about because, yeah, why is he just here at Tamakoma? Like, how is he allowed to just be here? You know, so Hmm. That's interesting. I mean, the fight's going okay-ish. It's really just going to come down to individual ability at this point. There's not so much of a plan anymore. Jika's just staying hidden and keeping positional information, whilst Osamu is going to try and fight back. But he's just undergunned against everything on this side for the most part, so I don't know how well that's going to go. Yuma, I think we're just going to have to capitalize on the fact that it's not a one-on-one fight and utilize the fact that we have multiple people around here. I think the fact that what's-her-face, the one that's moving, what was her name? I've forgotten her name, I'll be honest. Where is it? Let me go back into the episode and find it. Where is it? Akane, there we go. I feel like the fact that she had, well, that all of them have a meteor, the explosive, I'm going to assume that's going to become relevant, because yes, it's not being utilized in their plan now, but the fact they have it, I think, is going to be important, because it's not something they set up for use and then just immediately discard. I feel like it's something they'll keep in the back of their mind for the fight and utilize at some point. And I think that might come to... I think that will be something that will come back and be useful for us in the future. But I do want them... I want Natsu's squad to do well in this. Like... Obviously, I'm rooting for Tamako too, because they're our main protagonists, right? But I do want them to do well, because being forced to move... I'm glad they brought this up, though, because I'm surprised the idea of moving away from the city hasn't come up more and more often, because, especially after the large-scale attack like that, how many people want to stay in a place like this, where this thing kind of happens? Like, it's just this city where it happens, right? Or at least this is the only place that it's being talked about. Why would anyone live here? But I guess if everyone left, like, if they just abandoned the city... the gates would just be... well, the gates would be undefended, first of all, and that's dangerous. But then it's just going to go to another city, isn't it? Another city will become the target of the gates, and you'll just have to do it again. So it does surprise me that all these gates only come in this one city. Like, I feel like there must be a reason why it's just this city. Because surely you try and spread it out and go after multiple cities, because that makes defense even harder, right? Especially if you're a huge nation like Aftercrater. You put one Black Trigger user to command each force and separate cities. There's no way Border could ever retaliate. But I feel like there's a reasoning that maybe was explained earlier in the show, or maybe I've missed it, or maybe it's something that will get mentioned later as to why it's only this city that gets attacked by the neighbors. Maybe there's something special about this location and the weak point between the worlds and the crossing point. Maybe this just happens to be where it lines up. Maybe it's just not viable to go anywhere else. But, you know, it's just one of those things I think about every now and then. So yeah, next episode title is The Thing That Decides the Battle. So I'm guessing there's going to be a very big turning point next episode. Probably not a fight ender, as I predicted, so there will be at least a 3-episode fight. And yeah, I guess we'll see what this turning point ends up being. But I imagine next week is probably going to be a lot of... well, I'll try and get most of the season done by then. I can't do 4 episodes. And if I do 3, there'll only be 1 left before the break, so... might just do 2-2, and then I'll do triples up until completing the season, and then try and get as much of Season 2 done. I don't know how I'm going to plan it out. I'll think about it. It also depends on how the season ends and what the gap is between the summer season and the fall season. The gaps between seasons are shrinking a lot recently. I noticed that a lot going from spring to summer. There really wasn't much of a gap to get extra shows in. Normally it's the Christmas time. Christmas, New Year's, that's usually when there is a bit of a break for me to get shows in, but in the year it doesn't seem to be happening, which is kind of unfortunate, but it's just something you got to deal with, I suppose. But Anyway, that's going to do it for today, guys. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the ones per usual. Leave a like if you did, as well as your comments what you thought of the episode. Don't forget to hit subscribe as well to see next week's episodes. We're doing another double next week, as well as the rest of the summer 2021 lineup you can find out on the channel. Thank you for watching. Till next time. See you guys later.